we've kind of looked to politics as the end all be all. And really, politics cannot replace what should have been instilled in the home, in the culture, in the community. I think that's why I said there's no political solutions to cultural deficiencies.
Hip hop is the only genre where the criminal element is not only allowed, but it's celebrated. The more criminal you are, the more clout you have, right? And a lot of it ties back to this gang culture, right? This is the only really industry where being a gang member is actually okay. It's not only is it okay, but it actually gives you a higher status. I don't really look at hip hop as being at any particular race. I look at it being it's a reflection of gang culture. Gang members want to be around the rappers for the opportunities that they provide. You're not going to get the opportunities that, if you have a rapper in your neighborhood like a Nipsey Hussle, right? Nipsey Hussle provided women, touring, cars, things that these guys never had access to. But yet a rapper, he needs the gang members for the validation because it makes it real. And that's what we always talk about. You hear in hip hop, are you real? Are you real? Is he a real one? Is he really about that life? And so what it really reflects is gang culture. And a lot of people get it confused. Like you said, it makes it a race thing, but it's really not.
There's a thing that I say, right? If you reward a thing, you perpetuate it. So when you look at the imagery in pop culture, specifically what they call rap nowadays, right? What are they rewarding? You're going to have your dreads, you're going to have your face tats. They're showing people who may have very limited options in life that if you want to make it out of the gutter, this is how you do it. Because that's how they make their money. They don't sell music, they sell a criminal lifestyle. Leo Cohen, who runs YouTube, he doesn't need security when he travels. Jimmy Iovine don't need security, and Jimmy Iovine don't need to check in with nobody in Los Angeles or anywhere he goes. They got all the money, and nobody shames them, exposes them where they get the money from.
And if you can control culture, then you control the political position. We want to have control of the culture, because if we can control the culture, then we can control how you think. And if you can control how you think, then it drives it back into the people that gives us power. So when we look at like a Leor, I don't see no different between a Leor Cohen and a Kamala Harris. They're all to me connected because they all have an agenda, and that agenda is to keep certain people at a certain level, and that so it keeps themselves in positions of power. Leor Cohen is not going to give up his status. He's not going to be looked at as a thug. He's not, like you said, he doesn't have to go anywhere with security or anything like that, because that's not the life that he lives, but he profits off people that do live that life. But what really kind of hit me is I have a friend who's doing life in prison. And we were talking one day, I think this is around the time that Nipsey Hussle had passed away, and I asked if he had listened to him, and he said, look, man, I'm not listening to none of that stuff, because he's glorifying the lifestyle that I gave up my kids for, that my kids grew up without a father. Because the reality is, the average gang member doesn't live the lifestyle of Nipsey Hussle or Snoop Dogg. They don't. The average gang member lives the lifestyle of being in prison, constantly in and out, getting shot, getting stabbed, and ultimately dead. And this is the reality. But these people, they profit off it. And when we talk about systemic issues, because there's always that talk of systemic racism or systemic oppression, we never actually point out what that system is. You see what I'm saying? So we never say, then what is the system? And when I look at hip hop has always capped people off at a certain level. And they've said that you have to be a certain way, and you have to fill this box. And this box is, like you just said, and it's visually as well, physically, the dreads, the face tattoos, and all these different things. And I never understood when I would see rappers, like I think recently, the most recent rapper Mozzie went in for a gun charge, and Lil Wayne did a year for a gun charge. And I'm thinking to myself, you're the guy with all the money in the crew, why are you getting caught with guns and taking time? But to me, it just seems like another sort of a rite of passage in the hip hop industry that jail is okay. jail is not only okay, but it's also it's a status symbol.
It's a
You see what I'm
requisite as well for their
Right,
for
right.
their for their authenticity.